Oh, it's lashing rain at the moment here in Ireland. Well, particularly where I am, it's bucketing down. So you can I don't know whether you can hear the raindrops on the roof of the car. But just to give you an update on the Michael Gain case, late last night a man was released without charge. Somebody who'd been subsequently arrested on the suspicion of the murder of Michael Gain has been released without charge. And the Irish Times are running with a story in the last hour. Now, when you click into the Irish Times article, you have to subscribe, so you can only read a little bit of it. But they're just saying that this person is free to leave the Republic. As indeed I would be if I was brought in and there was no evidence to charge me. I'd be free to leave the Republic. But would I want to leave the Republic knowing I'm innocent? No, I wouldn't really. But it just mentions, I don't know if it's the Irish Times, just a little bit of clickbait there, or trying to be a little bit sensationalist, or whether they got that from the Garda press office. I don't know, but that's what it says. This person is free to leave the Republic. So make of that as you will. So in the comments there over the last 24 hours, Gary and a couple of other people just asked, how do disputes happen and how do they escalate? Because I was, my opinion is that Michael got into a dispute with somebody, probably not realizing, where it was going to end up. And no one realizes at that situation that you're going to end up in the way you end up. You just think it's a dispute, you try and sort it out, and you come up with a plan, and sometimes the other person's not going along with it and they don't like what's happened. But a dispute can happen. For example, I heard of a story down in the Midlands here in Ireland that well, I don't want to say too much about it, but it's just somebody I know through a friend, that this particular couple who were I don't know if they were married or they were just living together. They had a young daughter. She's 8 years of age, and the relationship broke up. And the woman, one of the partner of that man knew another man, and he said, you can stay in my garden. I have a little shed out the back that I've kind of converted into a home. There's a toilet, a bathroom, and stuff like that. And if you need to use my house every now and again, you can certainly come in or whatever, but that's your little place out there, and here's the rent it's going to cost you. And they agreed all that, and she's fallen behind now in arrears of a couple of grand, and it's not paying. And he's just asked her to move out and say, look, I've been charitable, and it's time to move out. She's not having it. She's not moving. I've every right to be here. This is what he's getting, and that's how things escalate. And now her former partner has come onto the scene, threatening him, saying, you have to keep her. It's up to you to keep her. You took her in. You can't just throw her out in the street. So that's how disputes escalate. Now, I'm not saying in the Michael Gain case that's what happened. It's only speculation on my part and my view, in my opinion, that that's possibly what might have happened or sparked this thing. But when the Gardaí did do a background check on this particular person of interest, who I believe now is the suspect, red flags were raised, and I believe there was issues a couple of weeks before Michael went missing that this person had come to the Gardaí's attention. So you don't know what kind of red flags were shown or what this person's capable of. But released without charge, innocent until proven guilty is the correct phrase. So the person is released, free to go about their business. If they want to leave the country, they can. They have their passport. They haven't done anything by law. They haven't done anything wrong. But if something major happens in the next 24 hours and this person hasn't left the country, and the Gardaí feel confident that they can arrest this person again for the murder, well, then they still can do that. So things could change. This thing is changing, like the Irish weather. Actually, it's changing very quickly. And you just never know what's around the corner. But, just in relation to disputes, look, a fence. I remember years ago where I used to live, there were two gardens connected, and they had no wall or no fence. And one of the residents wanted to put up a garden fence, and the other person didn't want to go ahead with it, and it escalated into a big row. And they don't talk now. Now, it didn't end up, fisticuffs or anyone losing their life, thank God. But they don't talk to each other now. Persona non grata, and they just avoid each other every day. And they're imagine coming home to your home and you just avoiding your neighbour. So disputes happen in that kind of way. But we'll have to see, what happens now, because apparently there's different types of crime scenes down in Kenmare on the farm. There's different areas where certain things happened, and because there's different remains, and listen, it's an absolute tragedy. It's awful story, horror story, and I don't know what is going to happen. I don't know if this will be solved. We hope it will be. We hope enough evidence will come up that it's been solved, but maybe CCTV, maybe phone records, something like that might still be available. We hope, and that's all you can do. You can live in hope, and I just want to thank all the people who've subscribed to the channel and all the people who have liked and commented. So I try and respond to as many people as I can. Sometimes it's not possible. I will always check my phone, and I'm gonna sneeze actually. I will check my phone from time to time, but actually YouTube doesn't always tell you who left a comment. So if I don't reply, it's not because I'm ignoring you or anything like that. It's just I probably didn't see it, because I was checking it yesterday and I saw a comment from 2 days ago. I never got notification about it, so that's just the way it works sometimes. But look, thanks to everyone who has subscribed, and we'll see where it takes us, and hopefully we'll get some answers in relation to Michael Gain. But it's bucketing rain here at the moment, and I don't know, you probably can't hear it now, but it is really coming down heavy. Anyway, have a great day, and make sure, if you're subscribing, hit the subscribe button, or like or comment, and you feel free to comment. Don't mention any names, as I always say. Don't mention anyone who you think might be responsible or whatever. Just go to the Gardaí if you have any information, and they're in Kenmare in Kerry. I'm sure they'll be delighted to talk to you. But don't mention anything on here about anybody. You're free to talk about the case in terms of what you know from the news media, but no names or anything like that. All right. Have a great day, and talk to you soon.